Hi there, I'm Adalina, a self-taught watercolor artist and illustrator based in Italy, for those who don't know me yet. And today we're going to finish the previous watercolor portrait. We have done the girl's face, so all the skin, the layers, the shadows, the blush. But today we're going to finish it with some hair and the dress. So keep watching this video if you want to finish the portrait or if you want to have some tips about hair, how to paint hair with watercolors. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more videos, and also follow me on Instagram where you can see more update content. Please write me in the comments if you have seen an improvement in your watercolor portraits by following these videos, and if you have some other tips. Thank you and have a nice watching. I start painting on the left side by adding a very thick layer of color. And as I said in the previous video where I painted the face, on the left side I paint as a lot of beginners do, while on the right side I paint in my way, so I try to share with you some tips related to my experience in the last years. On the right side I'll proceed by layers, and this is an expression that you're going to hear me say a lot, because I think that if you proceed by layers, a lot of mistakes won't occur. So I add a single layer, a very transparent layer in this phase, but then I'll add some more color on the top of the head. And as you can see, after I put this thick color, I then blend it with the rest with a clean wet brush. And this technique allows you to decide where to put light areas on the hair. This is really important because when you see a person and you see it with a light source, you also going to see some light in her hair, and you want to add this to your portrait if you want to obtain a realistic portrait, and if you want to have also a more appealing illustration. So what I've done on the top of the head, I'm going to do also on the bottom of the head, because by putting light in different areas, you're going to obtain a more variation and more realism in what you're doing. And I love blending the color and make them appear more smooth. And as you can see, there are different light areas, even if that is not as realistic as you can see in reality. I think it's a good way to give some variation. On the left side, I apply these strands with darker color, very simple strands of hair, without blending them to the rest of the color. And there is also a spot in there, but this is because of the paper. I'm using the Arteza watercolor pad, which is not a professional watercolor paper, and sometimes you can see these kind of spots on the surface, and you can do anything to cover them. On the right side, I finish my hair by adding some more detail in the hair strands, and as you can see, I blend them a lot. I try to put color and then to blend it, and I repeat this process all over again. So never put color and let it there as it is. With watercolors, it's really important to blend the color and to apply more layers, because watercolors are transparent, and if you want to obtain a more intense color and a more intense subject, you have to apply layers and layers of colors. I'm now painting the eyebrows, and on the left side I paint the eyebrows like a simple line of color, and I'm not adding other details. While on the right side I paint the eyebrow in a more realistic way, so I try to add these strokes of color with a very thin brush. And I think it's important to paint the eyebrow in this way because eyebrows in reality are not just a single line put on the face, and I think it's more appealing drawing them like strokes of hair. And regarding the eyelashes, I usually don't paint eyelashes in a traditional way. I don't like to add strokes on the eyelashes, so I let this line, this sharp line, being my single eyelash. And now let's painting the shirt, and on the left side I add this very thick layer of color. This is a dark blue from Schmincke. I like this color very much, so I remember it, and I like it as it is. I don't add any shadows, and I paint only with this dark blue all over the shirt. On the right side, I start painting the shadows on the collar. I think this is really important if you want to obtain a more 3D dimension, and so don't forget to paint shadows on all the elements of your illustration. And then I add this dark blue layer as I did before, in a really simple layer. But at the end, when the color is dry, I want to add some variation, so I paint some darker strips because I want to obtain a more appealing shirt. And I do all this kind of little tricks because I think it's important to take care of each detail on your illustration if you want it to be like a professional illustration. And another important thing is to add shadows, as I said before, and I add shadows all over the hair because I want the color of the hair to pop up even more. And so this is it. See you on the next video. Bye!